We're covering some very cool subjects right now, like inversions, how to rearrange different notes to comprise the same chord, but in a different way. Yeah. So they have kind of a different timbre, a different texture to them. The way you work on this particular strength musically is, again, instead of singing the melody along with your favorite artist on the radio, sing a harmony. Find where that harmony spot will be. So this particular day, right here in the very chair that I'm sitting in now, I had flown Rhonda Vincent's vocals into my mix, and I was so ecstatic, like just so thrilled with the results, that I got bit by the bug, so to speak, and had to sing something myself. And it happened to be, of course, another Merle Haggard tune called The Bottle Let Me Down. So here's me crooning at the top of my lungs with nobody here to listen. Tonight the bottle let me down. And it came out like this.
Well,
the bottle let me down. And it came out like this. I was all worn up. And let your memory come around. There's one true friend I thought I'd found.
Welcome, Alicia, Christian, and Lewis. There are a couple names.
Just tonight, the bottle let me down. All right, that completes our little snippet for the moment of The Bottle Let Me Down. What we're going to do in front of your very eyes, in front of your very ears, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to play a little game of Find Your Pitches.
Feel free to play along at home.
In the key of D major, if we have a D as the first note, what note are we beginning with there in the lead vocal?
D.
D.
The one.
We have the tonic. How will we stack our vocals on top of that tonic to allow for perfect three-part block harmony? Anybody?
D, and next one would be F sharp.
That's right.
Okay. An A if we had a third person here.
And then that would be right. So that's one of the reasons I had this recorded, is for ninjas like you. Now, Pro Tools cut off one of my snaps. So are you going to be quick enough to catch just one snap?
Yes.
To bring us in?
Okay. Okay, we're about to sing for you.
Yeah, so we're going to turn this up nice and loud so you don't have to hold back at all, because this is really, it's in your money range.
Depends on the style, you know, of course. This is going to be a bluegrassy kind of tone, a lot of nasal kind of piercing, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bluegrass.
If you're a singer, you may be wondering why Alex is talking about singing, but he comes from a long line. Not only does he play fiddle, but if you watch the video he posted earlier today, his family did barbershop music. His dad's a composer. He's grown up singing and he knows so much about it. So that's why we're here.
This serves as a perfect example. We're going to add just aria first with the upper harmony. This is the top harmony until we talk about it a little bit later, and then we're going to actually stay tuned, because we're going to make an effort towards rearranging these notes that Aria knows nothing about yet.
Okay, we're going to have fun.
The first example will be just, that's right. Okay. And she's got it going on. You get just one snap and you're on.
You better be loud. Tonight
the bottle let me down. And let your memory come around. Beautiful. There's one true friend I thought I'd found.
Oh, I didn't do true.
Because tonight the bottle let me down. Down. That's right.
There's so many to pick from. Sometimes you know, end up sliding around a little bit.
That was well done. Bravo.
But I missed the...
Bravo. One
true friend.
Yeah. Because it's more authentic to the style, i.e. bluegrass in this case, to go to what is already a member of the chord, as opposed to going to something fancy like the flat 7, sharp and A, even though this might be sounding a little low, which it probably is. First inversion of D major would begin with the 3rd on the bottom, which brings us to F sharp, A, and D. That's first inversion. We take the 5 and put it on the bottom. Same chord, same 3 notes, but in a different order. Starting with A, there's our tonic, and now our 3rd is on top, and that's inversion number 2. It's the 2nd inversion of the same chord. You can play the same chord in 3 different ways as of right now. It's probably more effective to show you on the piano, but that was a fabulous job with your first harmony there above the lead vocal.
On the 3rd-ish.
That's right.
So I did tonight is the melody, and I did tonight. And then anybody else?
Tonight. That's right.
Tonight.
And we're pretty much in tune now with the fiddle twos.
It's a fun thing as a singer, especially at the end of when you can pick any note. It's usually from the, the tonic, but you can just keep stacking and go to the 3rd and the 5th and the, as high as you can possibly go. It's a fun game.
It's funny you say that, because we're about to have a little fun, more fun with your fun game.
Oh.
As you do exactly that to struggle and find what will be the top harmony. For now, we're going to go and use this same example so that you can hear what block harmony sounds like. Obviously, this is a cappella. We just have one recorded track, which is yours truly. You're going to sing the same part, and I'll add the other harmony in there. And in this case, it makes more sense to me to throw it into the mix at this point below the lead vocal. There are many reasons for that, but the main reason is because I'm a man.
So that's interesting. So we're going to do the 3rd. I'll be the 3rd on top, and he's going to do the 5th, which would normally be above the 3rd, but you're going to take it down below.
We're going to do exactly that. We only get one snap, and you're ready with your 3rd?
Tonight. I think so.
And I'm ready with my 5th. I'll be on the A underneath.
Okay.
So listen for the first chord, which will be our first chord in D major as the 3-part block harmony vocal group that we now are. What inversion is that?
The 3rd will be on top.
Right.
So it's 2nd inversion.
It's the 2nd inversion, of D major. That might be important information if you're rehearsing your band and you're working on vocals. 2nd inversion. So here we go. We only get one snap. Tonight the bottle let me down, and let your memory come around. But there's one true friend I thought I'd found.
Aww.
'Cause tonight the bottle let me down.
It becomes a whole new game when you got that other voice in there.
Yeah, that's the fun part, in my opinion. Like, once you have 2 vocalists, especially if they're really good and they're singing in tune, when you add that 3rd vocal, that's my favorite place to be in any band. And it's not one that you often hear, like consciously. It's one that instead you miss when it's not there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love it. It adds color.
There's only one note I need for you to change. And
One true. Okay. I just got to remember to do it.
yeah, but your hillbilly sound is really, really cool.
One.
Oh.
No.
Let's do that. You ready?
I'm ready.
Tonight the bottle let me down,
'Cause tonight the bottle let me down. Down.
Very nice.
Want to go lower? Down.
Down. That's where you should be. Yeah.
Down. Okay.
Because we're going back. The lead vocal is going back to the tonic, which puts you where?
On the 3.
Yeah, on the 3rd.
Down.
Good. We already have a good demonstration for you guys within episode 3 of 3-part block harmony. This is appropriate for any bluegrass combination you can come up with. It's pretty simplistic to begin with. Of course, it can evolve and get a little bit more complex. Again, this was inspired, this little track we're dealing with was inspired after my work with Rhonda Vincent, the Queen of Bluegrass, in the remake of, because it's not a cover.
Oh. Why is that?
Because it's a full-blown remake. It's got a different groove. It's got certainly a more edgy rock kind of feel, and then you add the guitar customizations of one wicked John Carroll, and you've got a real piece of work there. I mean, just from beginning to end, if you don't stay entertained from the downbeat until the fade out, well, I don't know what to tell you. Now, we're going to make Aria scramble a little bit and see if we can't get my own self to find the part that she was just singing for you guys. And we're going to go one step further and see if we can, like, what do you say? We're going to push ourselves.
Okay.
I'm going to be right where you were, and the other me is still singing the lead vocal, which was recorded. The two of us, what your job is to find my part that I was singing just now, but on top of the two of us. So,
wow.
Where does that put you?
Never done that before. So tonight, the bottle let me down. Let me down. Some of those little middle notes are. What do you do? Tonight.
Yeah, that's the sound we want.
I'm gonna sit up for this one.
We're gonna turn this up a little bit because I have to bloody yell. Here we go. Just give me 45 minutes. Tonight the bottle let me down. And let your memory come around. There's one true friend I thought I'd found. Because tonight the bottle let me down. Down. Oh, there you have it. Nice job.
Thank you.
And we didn't have any one triad without the missing member. So we had complete triads from beginning to end and pretty much in tune. I suppose that could be contested. When we review this and we listen to it again, I'm sure we'll be kicking ourselves repeatedly. If you have any questions about this so far, please go ahead and write them down. We'll try to answer them as the show goes on. Episode 3, At Home with the Fiddler, designed and produced by Aria Noelle Curzon, because I wouldn't do it.
Wow.
It made it to like number 5. It was My Love Goes On and On and On and On.
Oh, that was the one I love that in the live. He tries to get everybody to sing it, and it's like, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, that's all right. We used to poke fun at him and say, this song goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Instead of My Love.
He tries to get the audience to sing it, and it's like the super syncopated thing with all of the on and on and ons, and so he's like pointing and nobody, you can tell they're trying, but maybe
on and 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 on.
Yeah, it's like,
so that's subdivided here, and then the vocal on top of that. You can't get people to sing that in large groups in a NASCAR race. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
I made you laugh just now.
You did. It was
I love it when I make her laugh.
Aw.
This information, I wish somebody had sat down and spelled it all out for me. But of course, you know, by, I don't know, age 9, we had it pretty well figured out anyway.
Yeah.
That's because we were singing and playing on the violin. So these same principles with regard to finding your pitches does translate to the world of instruments. So especially if you're in a fiddle band, like I have been known to be in from time to time, the same rules apply. If and when there's one particular member of the triad missing, it's up to that person who is without a note to find what note is the correct one to make it all come together. So if there's a hole in your harmony, go ahead and plug the hole with whichever note will complete the triad. Now, if that's a first inversion, that's great. If it's a second inversion, that's fine. If it's even the tonic, that's great too.
Are there any exercises? Because I keep going. You know, just to try and so you can hear those.
Yeah, that's a great exercise right there.
Okay.
And recognizing each one as you go. So your tonic,
Yeah.
your first inversion, and your second inversion. If that's on your brain, then that's the right direction for sure.
And I don't know if this is pertinent, but in regards to the fiddle and playing with a song, you know, obviously you got to know what chord you're playing over, and it does all kind of tie in together.
Yeah, it does.
One of my favorite little exercises that we did to get our ears ready for the song, if we were sight reading, was to do the solfege of the chords. So like, do mi sol mi do. Do, la, fa, la, do, ti, sol, ti, re, fa, re, ti, do. So that's the 1, 4, and 5.
Oh.
And that, like, you can know which notes are in each chord by doing that, and that kind of preps your ear for, okay, when we hit this chord, I can pick any of these, you know.
That's great.
He's the teacher, I'm just trying to help him.
Oh, that's great. It's as it translates into the world of fiddle, you know, let's just use Everett Waltz as an example. So with the brothers, we need somebody on the lead, which are the notes I just played, and in order to complete the triad in the key of G, I just tuned down a half step, by the way, to satisfy our needs for the track. But anyway, let's just pretend it's G. And we've got the lead. We're going to throw on top of it, what note do you think will complete this G major triad? We've got a D already, so the 5 is there. The melody is the 5.
So we need the third.
That's right. And that should maybe go on the bottom. And then what's left?
Oh, G.
The tonic, yep.
1.
So I can't do all 3 notes in block harmony on just the violin.
Pshaw.
Oh, well.
If anybody can, he can.
One of my favorite things is this little boogie-woogie shuffle thing that... Fiddlesticks. I picked that up off my buddy Billy Contreras. I heard him play that tune at a contest, and by the time he was in his second reprise of the damn thing, the paint was peeling off the ceiling. It was an amazing performance.
Can you believe we've already been at this an hour? Can you
No,
believe?
we have not.
It's 6:30.
Well, then we have to say goodbye already.
What about our piece?
Well, we promised them that you would definitely have this performance in the act today.
We did. So should we finish with that?
I'll have to retune my fiddle, but yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
you guys be nice.
She's gonna get the fiddle.
And if you have any other questions, please feel free to write them out.
You can send them in long after the fact. We're paying very close attention to all of these episodes that we're doing every Monday night at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And we're looking forward to letting this snowball into something that it really becomes beneficial for your musical lives. It just occurred to me that you might be able to, if you're training your ears and currently hot on the subject of inversions meets tonic and all of the stuff that we've covered in this one session, episode 3 of At Home with the Fiddler, you'll be able to hear those moments that Bach employs the same tactics here with regard to inversions. This is the infamous Bach Double-Violin Concerto. For now, it's Bach.
Bach.
This is
Let's
this
do
is
this.
without accompaniment, but you'll hear that these parts don't need accompaniment.
Okay. And the important thing to do before you play, folks, take a big deep breath. And another thing I learned is you take the breath and then you let it out. For as long as Alex has been telling me to breathe, I breathe, and then I hold it.
And then she holds her breath while she...
Because I start. Okay.
she made it and she lived to tell about it, Noah Udelauer. So, that's performance. That's music performance right here on Facebook Live. And you heard a piece written by Bach, J.S. Bach, which ended at Aria's discretion with a major third instead of the usual, as Bach wrote it, a minor third. What is that called when we take the last chord of any particular work and upward alter the third of that chord so that it goes from minor to major or major to minor? What is that called? Anybody? It's the name of a bird. It's called a something third.
It sounds like what you play a guitar with.
It's good.
It goes from minor.
Picardy third.
Picardy.
It's a Picardy third, ladies and gentlemen. And what is that phenomenon?
It's when you end on a major chord in a minor key.
After the minor key is prevalent throughout, or vice versa. So we're going to make these videos. Each episode is going to have a little Easter egg in it that we don't talk about, but we just let it go by the camera. So don't be alarmed in Texas. Don't be alarmed down there, guys. Dale, coming to see you. I think we're saying goodbye. We're signing off. Hey, we're looking forward to taking your questions. And we're going to be watching the thread. We're watching all three of these threads very closely and waiting for new fans to come and join us. Please check us out at alexdepue.com or
Patreon.com/AlexDePue. He's going to provide some short, more detailed segments for instrumentalists to work on.
ReverbNation.com/AlexDePue is also a wonderful place to get the full picture of what it is we can bring to your town.
It took a lot of courage, so thank you. I just wanted to acknowledge that.
It took courage, honey, and it also took practice. That's how we're going to leave you right now. So.
Yes. Thank
Practice.
you. See you guys next week, Monday at 5:30. Okay.